What's going on, you beautiful, blessed boys and girls? Hope you're having the greatest day of your life. Today, guys, I'm especially fired up, pumped up to share a video with you guys about the 5 daily non-negotiable habits and mindset hacks that you guys need to live your best, most intentional and fulfilling life. Now, far too often, guys, we see these people that are just kind of programmed, and I think society has a lot to do with this, right? A lot of the creativity is beat out of you from an early age. I think we're just programmed to kind of go along our lives, to consume a lot more than we create, to just kind of always follow the rules, stay in between the lines, and play it safe. But I think we see a lot of people out there that aren't doing that, right? That kind of break the mold, that kind of escape the matrix. They get out there, they're living on fire, they're chasing their passion, they're waking up every day not saying, what do I have to do, but what do I get to do today? And they attack it with a lot of vigor and a lot of excitement. And I think as humans, it's sometimes we see these people and we just think, and this is what I did for a long time, it was a cope where I said, you know, they're just born with more energy than me. They just got better genes than me. That's why they're in shape. They just had rich parents. That's why they have money to do what they want to do. And sometimes that can be true. There's definitely people born on third base and they think they hit a home run, right? But I think more times than not, you'll see statistics that show you 86% of millionaires in the US did not inherit any of that wealth. They just make daily decisions and daily habits to get there. Most people that are ripped didn't just have good genes, they prioritize health and they get to the gym. And so today I want to talk about these 5 non-negotiable mindset tricks that you need and these actions that you need to take daily to live your best, most on-fire life. Some people think you need to set better goals to accomplish this. And while I think goals are awesome and we all need to set goals constantly and revisit those, James Clear says it best when he says, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. And I really want to hack that in today to you guys and pound that in, that we need these systems set up that will carry us to victory. Because look, I'm a pretty self-motivated guy, but if I'm really honest with you, probably 200 days out of the 365, I wake up not really motivated to hit the gym, to do all the things I want to do. It feels nicer to just lay around, to just take it easy, right? And so we need these systems and we need some of these things to propel us on those days we don't feel like it. It really all comes down to the little things, and that's what I hope you take away from this today. Everybody thinks changing their life is this big light bulb moment, a burning bush kind of thing, right? But really it's these small daily habits that we're gonna get into that can propel you to greatness when you do them consistently. So let's hop into it, guys. Number 1, and this is huge, guys, you'll hear me preach on this a lot, win the morning, win the day. This is an absolute big thing. I'm yet to talk to a high achiever that tells me they hit the snooze button all the time, they lay around and play on their phone, they eat a bunch of pancakes for breakfast, they watch the news. This is not what champions are doing. This is not what successful, intentional people are doing. They have a sustainable morning routine that they practice every day, these rituals that get their day started with a lot of intent, with a lot of passion. It gets them excited to get up. So I share that in previous videos, what mine is. It's very simple. It takes less than 10 minutes. Practice this for almost 5 years now without missing a day, and it's simple. I chug 2 waters. I write down 3 or 4 things I'm grateful for. I spend about a minute in prayer and visualization, and then I get movement in. Some days it's a walk, some days it's the gym, whatever that is. But non-negotiable, whether we're on vacation, whether it's my birthday, whatever that is, that's what I'm doing and getting after it. You need to set your own little routine. Hit a couple of those early wins throughout the day, and you will see a big difference in your day. The second one, and this is huge, I see this happen too often with a lot of people I love, and that's not decisive. You need to be decisive if you're going to be a winner. You need to understand that, look, there's never a perfect time to start. There's never ideal conditions. Ask any parent. Look, we've had 7 foster kids in and out of our house over the last few years. We've adopted a couple. Any parent will tell you there is never a perfect time to start and have kids. You never know it all before you become a parent. What you do is you learn, you pivot, you find out, hey, this doesn't really work well, this does work well, I'm gonna use this strategy with my kids, and it's always changing because they're always changing. That's business, that's life, that's parenting, that's what it's about. So, this figment of I'm just gonna wait for the right time, or the time's not right, maybe not now. I urge you to rid yourself of that mindset. And if you ever find that creeping in, you need to just say, I'm gonna start. I wanna write the book, just write the outline, write the first few sentences, get started, sit down and put your mind to it. I don't know what to do at the gym. Take a walk, start moving your body, getting after it a little bit. You'll learn as you go. The right people will come into your life. But you can't get to these levels you want to go if you don't take that first step, being decisive, and start. So I urge you right after this video to get out a pen and paper, write down some goals that you have and some systems you're going to have to create it, and be decisive and start today. Get after it. The third one, and this is just huge, look, it's get in shape, get your body healthy. Without your health, you have nothing. There's an ancient saying that says a healthy man desires 1,000 things and an unhealthy person desires one. And it's so true. Look, ask any billionaire that's dying if they would trade their fortune for their youth. Of course they would. Far too often our society kind of programs us and teaches us, well, just stay up late, pull the all-nighter, for the office, or just do this or that. You're trading essentially your health for your time, which is always a bad trade. And you need to prioritize movement. I always say movement is medicine. And now look, you don't need to have Brad Pitt, I'll put him up on the screen, in Fight Club. You don't need to have a 16-pack like this guy did to be healthy. You don't need to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and squatting 800 pounds to be healthy. But what you do need to do is prioritize movement. You need to get up off your butt each day and get movement in, whatever that looks like for you. You can dance, you can do yoga, you can run, you can walk, you can lift weights. There's a million things to do and a million resources out there today, but you need to make up today in your mind that every day it's a non-negotiable. I'm going to get movement in, I'm going to get my body feeling healthy, and I'm going to fuel it properly. The number 4 one, and this is a big one, it's opportunity cost. And I think a lot of people don't base their decisions on this, but I think you need to base almost every decision you make on this. What are your goals, and is what you're doing taking you closer to getting there? Now look, I'll admit I love golf. I used to play golf all the time. I lived on a golf course back when I was a poker pro. I bought clubs, I bought lessons. I went from shooting 110 down to about a 7-8 handicapped. I was real addicted. I played at least 18 holes a day, 6-7 days a week for a while. But when I had to go back and work a job in corporate, and when we started having kids, I decided I'm going to give up golf. Now, why is that? It's not that golf is a bad thing, right? It's that every time I went out to play, it was taking 3.5, 4 hours away from my bigger priority, which was being a great dad, being a great husband, or side hustling, making more money to get myself out of that corporate situation. My goal and my vision of how I wanted my life to go, golf in that season just didn't align with it. I think you need to look at everything you're doing with this cost. I'll take Netflix as a prime example. People love Netflix, man. The kids go to bed. What are we doing? We're throwing on Netflix for 2 hours, right? The opportunity cost of watching those shows night in and night out, and again, not that there's anything inherently wrong with watching a few shows, but if you're doing this every single night, then I hear people that are doing this 2 and 3 hours a night and saying, well, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to side hustle. I don't have time to do these things. And you need to approach everything with that opportunity cost mindset of, hey, is this taking me closer to my goals? Number 5, and I think it all comes back to this, guys, it's integrity and discipline. You need to decide today that when you promise yourself something, it is money in the bank. I was listening to 3.5, 4 years ago, a fantastic podcast, one of my best buddies here, Joey Ingram. He had a great guest, Bill Perkins, on, who's a multi-hundred billionaire, really successful guy in great shape. And Joey asked him, what's the one thing you think that makes you successful? And his answer was really simple, but really profound. And I remember writing it down and really, really, really taking it to heart that night. He said, when I promise myself I'm going to do something, I do it. There's no other way around it. I don't go to sleep at night until I promise I've done the things that I know are going to move me towards the better future. And I thought, wow, that's really simple, but that's really true. How many times have I told myself, I'm going to get up and work out. Starting next week, I'm going to do this. Or tomorrow, I'm going to change the way I do this. And I don't follow through. And it was a light bulb moment for me, and I hope it's one for you too, that none of this stuff matters if you don't have that integrity to yourself. Look, a big key component of this too is people are going to see how you treat yourself and treat you accordingly too. When I didn't really respect myself and I just didn't get up every day, go to the gym, be disciplined, do the things I needed to do, I didn't garner the kind of respect in my home even that I do now. That, hey, when Ty says he's going to do something, he does it now. That's the kind of man I want to be. That's the kind of person I think we all want to be. So decide in your mind today, when I promise myself I'm going to do something, that's it. I'm going to do it. Discipline is just like any other muscle, to be honest. We go to the gym, we do the bicep curls, we train our biceps to grow bigger. Discipline's the same way. Each time you make that choice that's better, each time you resist that bad food for that healthy food, each time you say, I'm getting out of the warm bed to go take the walk or go to the gym, you are working that muscle and actually creating a new neural pathway in your mind that's saying, this is now what's normal. This habit is what's going to carry me. And so on those first few days when you're building that habit in, I just urge you to write it down the night before, this is what I'm going to do. Wake up the next day and simply execute that. You guys know I'm all about the bonus one. So the last one I'm going to give you quickly is just get addicted to self-improvement and growth. Ask yourself questions every day. Is this making me better? When I close my eyes and I know where I want to be a year from now, are the decisions I'm making daily getting me closer or farther away? And who you are is not determined by the president, the politics, the economy. Who you're going to be a year from now is determined by your daily choices and your mindset. So I urge you to be really intentional with those. Turn this video off here in a second and write down some of those goals and systems and what you're going to do to get to that spot a year from now. I wish you guys nothing but blessings and the best. Let's get after it and have the greatest day of our lives. Thanks for tuning in.